Hey, it's MIB. In last week's Playtime video, we covered this Trendmasters 1990s toy line called Godzilla Force. What can only be summarized as a blatant attempt to cash in on the Power Rangers craze that was happening at the time. Which is hilarious because, as a lot of you guys pointed out in the comments, these Godzilla Force helmets bear a striking resemblance to the Power Rangers Operation Overdrive helmets that would come years later. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. But I'm here today to tell you that there's just a little bit more to the story, because time is a flat circle. Literally the day I finished writing the Godzilla Force episode, I saw an auction come up on eBay for 3 loose figures. 2 of them we covered on a show, but then there was this third guy. Who's this guy? Never want to pass up on a good toy mystery, I scooped the figure up immediately. And here he is in all his glory. You'll see that it's a very similar mold to the Godzilla Force Trendmasters figures, except this mysterious fella has a Z on his chest. He's got a chrome body with black limbs, so he's sort of a reverse of the Colonel figure here. And his head sculpt is completely different from all of them. Now, all signs are pointing to this figure being a simple bootleg of the Godzilla Force figures. You'll see on the back he's got a screw, always a good sign of a bootleg, and he lacks the Toho trademark information that you'll find on the other figures' upper backs. Unlike the other guys, this guy's foot declares that he's made in China. He didn't come with any helmet or accessories. If I put one of my spare helmets on him, it rests on him fine, but it's not a snug fit. If I turn him upside down, this helmet will fall off. Here's everything I know about Trendmasters bootlegs. They do exist. There's this picture that's on the net with a Godzilla bootleg Trendmasters toy, but you'll notice that he's in a Godzilla Force card. There's also these 2 guys that look exactly like Godzilla Force figures, except you can tell from their packaging that they are indeed knockoffs. But what's this guy's story? What kind of packaging did he come in? Are there others? Maybe he came from one of those bootleg superhero packs that has Superman, Spider-Man, Shrek, and Lightning McQueen from Cars. I would guess he had a Godzilla Force card just like these other bootlegs. And the final clue that it's a bootleg came from the fact that when I contacted the seller and asked if he could remember where this toy came from, he mentioned that his father bought it at a flea market. I shared this figure in the Facebook group Trendmasters Prototype Toys, where all the experts on Trendmasters toys are. And nobody has ever seen this figure before. Although a fellow in the group named Hugh gave him the name Bobby Bootleg, and I'm deciding that's official. I can't find any pictures of this guy on the web anywhere. And it's entirely possible there are more of him floating out there, but without his packaging, there's no context to know what toy line he was supposed to go to. So if you've ever seen this figure before, I would love to know about that in the comments section. Can you confirm what packaging he came in? Does anybody recognize this head sculpt from another toy line? Is the Z supposed to stand for anything? Z-Force? I have a lot of cool Godzilla bootleg toys, and I do plan on doing a video on them soon. But I gotta say, this one fascinates me. And I can't be the only person in the world with one of these in his house. So if you have any information on this toy, or at least if you've seen it before, please let me know below. And one last thing, in my last video I poked a lot of fun of the tropes of these 1990s super teams. Well, it's almost like Captain Bobby Bootleg here fulfills one more trope, that all of these teams have a mysterious extra member. A loner with a conflicted past. So it's hilarious to me that this bootleg actually fits into the trope narrative perfectly. But he needs a weird superpower like the other members of the team. Got any ideas? Drop them in the comments below. Later, guys.